Yay. Hi, everyone. I am Simone Simpson, founder and CEO of Wondering Yoga Cafe Entertainment. And I want to welcome you to the 30-day, 30, to the 30-day, one meal a day challenge. I am so excited about this. I've been experimenting with one meal a day for, I think, a couple of weeks. I don't really think about day like when I start because it's not hard. It's like literally my body was looking for something else. And I'm a Wildfit coach in training, and so definitely have changed what I'm eating. And at the end of that, of Wildfit, we were talking a little bit about intermittent fasting and different types of fasts and how to incorporate that. And I just felt that was the next thing. And so I wanted to invite you to join the challenge with me. Of course, I, at this time, am not a doctor. So having a conversation with your healthcare provider, and then with their blessings, permission, jumping in on this one meal a day challenge. So jump in with me. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a video every day. I will be there for you. I'm going to encourage you, to inspire you, to just dig deep into yourself and find what it is in you that is going to pull you to your next goal, that's going to get you there. And I say pull you there because that motivation is kind of a running thing, and that you can tire out, but when you're being pulled there, you can't not go. So welcome to day one. And I just want to talk to you about this. I've been doing this for about 2 weeks, and I've kind of been playing around with how I was going to do it, when I'm going to eat, things like that. So one meal a day, I prefer eating within 1 hour. And this is why. I work from home. And there was a time I was eating one meal, but over the course of 4 hours, and I was just really doing it up for those meals. I had an appetizer, I had my entree, my dessert. I was eating too much. And I knew that sometimes sometimes I'd go, okay, I've got 2 hours left, only 2 hours left to eat. And it was just for me, not the best thing. It was a good training, but I really like eating within 1 hour because I have one meal. I'm not looking so much at portion sizes and trying to eat less. I'm not gorging and eating far too much, but I'm eating the right amount of food. And I found the right time to eat as well. So you're going to want to play with the time to eat. Initially, I was eating it as dinner because for me, dinner, I didn't want to go to bed hungry. I didn't want to get tempted at night. So I was working all day, then eating, and then doing a little bit on my business, and then going to bed. But what I found a lot of times, because I meditate at night and in the mornings, but at my nighttime meditation, I was still full. And I was like, although I had eaten 2.5, 3 hours ago, I was like, I'm really full. And so one day I ate earlier. I ate at 3:30, and I wasn't hungry that night. And I said, okay, this works. I like this. And I was watching another video, and the producer of that video mentioned that food digests when the sun is out. And he suggested eating when the sun is out. And I thought, I haven't read that research, but I used to teach healthy living classes and raw food. I had a company did raw food. That's my yoga studio there. I was teaching yoga, having classes. And there are a lot of healing properties in the sun. I do know that. So I like eating at about between 2 and 3:30 is much better, because then when I go to bed, my stomach it's not empty. So I don't get hungry, but it's not full. So that's really nice. So I'm enjoying this. So this is day one video, and I invite you to join. If you think you might get tempted at night after work, then have your meal be your dinner. And what I'm going to do, I feel that I'm going to eat one meal a day. I just feel this is going to be permanent for me. The changes in my body, what I feel in my body, how I feel. I think this is the way for me. This is how I naturally ate when I was in college. And then I kind of stopped because then afterwards I started drinking coffee. I've got some here. And because the type of coffee I was drinking initially, I was drinking this yummy, delicious, like Frappuccino, caramel yumminess. But I have this. This is my first day using my frother, and it's a lot of froth. Normally when I have these, there's a lid on there and it takes the froth, but that's a lot. But anyway. And this is almond milk as well. Let me show you. Unsweetened almond milk, it's vanilla, but that's another tweak that I made through the Wildfit program. Again, for information, go to the website snapbackbodywild.com. There is a link below. It is a transformational health program. It's a 90-day class. I invite you to join the next class and just make those changes that I made. I have a video talking about all that I healed, including my lungs were destroyed. They had died. I was on oxygen 24 hours a day. Doctors were telling me that's how I was going to be. It was permanent, progressive, blah, blah, blah. And I thought to myself, there's information out there that I'm going to find that's going to help me. It's going to heal me, and I'm going to find it. And I did. And so after I went through the program, and the first thing I got back right after the program were my test results for I do a biometric screening every year. So I got my test results back for my blood pressure, sugar, triglycerides, cholesterol, and everything went from high to normal. And I was so excited to get that. I saved that paper. There's a video as well. If you go through the video file on the YouTube channel, and you will see that video where I think the thumbnail is me holding up a piece of paper, and that's what it is. It's the results. And I was really excited. Those numbers do matter. There's so many people who are diabetic and with high cholesterol that people tend to talk about those things like, oh, I have a friend and she's like, oh, says she has high cholesterol because her mom had it. And I'm like, no, there's nothing to do with that. That gene for high cholesterol was turned off. It took you years of repeated behavior and diet and lack of exercise and diet to turn that gene on. And now that you've turned it on, you actually can turn it back off. And so many people are excusing themselves away. Oh, they think they have it because of this, and this is how it's going to be. And that's fine if you feel that way. However, there are those of you out there who have been given a diagnosis who are looking for a way to, I don't even call it reversing it, because when I healed my lungs, I was like, I'm not going back to who I was. That person got here. I was like, I'm a superhero. I'm rebuilding myself. And I was like literally in the hospital, but I was in the hospital for a total of a month. And that's a whole other story. But I say it lightly, but I died. My lungs weren't working. I was oxygen. It was a big deal, and doctors didn't know what was going on. But when you're healing through diet, and as I was going through this program, foods that I had been taught and told were good for me are actually toxic for the body. And I just started to get so mad. And then the second I just felt so relieved that I had the information. And so I couldn't even stay mad more than like a half a second, because I'm like, but look how I feel. Look what I'm learning, and look how I feel. The inflammation, it literally my toes were so fat, my feet, my ankles, my hands, and I was going to doctors and they didn't know. Like, I just have thin hands since I'm a piano player, but although that is nothing, my hands were already thin. but my toes, my feet, the inflammation was going up my legs, my calves. And once it got up to here, it was hard to breathe. And they were running all these tests. They couldn't find anything. And until finally that inflammation just turned into, I was having such trouble breathing. And then I just couldn't breathe. And so it just progressed and progressed. And so anyway, so that is why I became a Wildfit coach. At this time, at the filming of this video, I'm a Wildfit coach in training. Again, I invite you to join the next class. The website is backbodywild.com. There's information there. Join the next class. You can sign up for a discovery call. I would love to have you on the call, learning all about the program. There is a discount when going to the discovery call. There's a 40% discount for the class, so I invite you to join. But this is the 1 meal a day. So basically, for the 1 meal a day, the foods that I'm going to eat are following the Wildfit program. Those are the foods that I'm choosing. But eat what you are eating now. This is what I feel. Get the one meal within the 1 hour, get that down first, and then work on what you're eating. Maybe start making little changes, etc. But let's start off with 1 meal within 1 hour. Also, for me, for the first 30 days, I'm having juices when I'm not fasting. That's going to get to a point where it will be primarily water and maybe a green juice. But for now, my goal is to only eat 1 meal a day. Okay, so I'm having this coffee right now. This is allowed. It's coffee with almond milk. As long as you have fewer than 50 calories, your body is still in a fasting state. So I'm allowing myself the coffee, and then eventually I'll get to a point where I'll do coffee, then water, until I eat. And then maybe after eating, allow myself some juices, some green juices. But I'm going to play around with that. But for now, I'm allowing myself juices. They're cold pressed juices. I have cold pressed watermelon juice with lemon. I have cold pressed, I just discovered watermelon. Oh my gosh, it's so good. Like the juice, I've never been like a watermelon person. I was always a peach person, but oh my goodness. So I have that. And I have a juicer. I have an omega juicer, but I was looking at ways to conserve on time. Like if I have the juice already made, and if I'm feeling a little bit hungry, I can run downstairs and get a juice, and that will be much better. Ideally running through my yoga studio, which is right there, so that I can get some inspiration to maybe do a couple of asanas while I'm headed down to get the juice. But that's what I'm doing for this first 30 days. And again, I feel like I'm going to do this forever, that this is just my way of eating. I've been playing around with it for a couple of weeks, and the way that I feel, my energy, I get this euphoric high, like I feel so good. It's just this, like as I'm working during the day, I work from home. I'm in my office. I have my office at my home office upstairs. I'm in my Vegas home. I have 2 houses. I live in Vegas and I live on Miami Beach. So it's the holiday season. I'm in Vegas for the holidays. I'm also in the process of remodeling my whole house, everything. So I'm in my Vegas house. So here my office is upstairs, and when I'm in there, I'll run downstairs, get some juice, etc., go back up. But that is my kind of what's going on here. I'm starting this 30-day. The first 30-day, our goal is to only eat solid foods within that 1 hour window. Okay, we're going to continue these. We're going to roll 30-day 1 meal a days, because I'm going to continue this. When the first class starts, the next class, jump in on that class. Again, the website, snapbackbodywild.com. I invite you to join the class, but I'm going to follow the food plan. And it's not even a food plan. You'll see it. It's something, it's so easy. There's no limits to what you can eat. It's little tweaks. It's nothing that's hard. Every diet I'd ever done, I was like, okay, day 2, or let me just go to bed. I'm hungry and I can't eat anymore. This was seamless. It was easy. It was like a well-oiled machine. It just worked. So I invite you to join that. But within that 1 hour, I am having the foods that we're having with the program and making the tweaks with the class, with everyone. But these will be rolling 30 days. So the first 30 days, eating within a 1 hour window, and then decide, are you going to have juices outside of that window? I suggest if you are doing cold pressed organic juices, that way it's still a liquid, and you're flooding your body with nutrients. And so cold pressed organic juices is a really good good way to go with that. And then a coffee in the morning. I like a nice coffee in the morning with frother. I decided I wanted to show you the juices that I'm allowing myself. This is the watermelon juice, and it has a hint of lemon. And you can see it's all at the bottom, but you just shake it. It's so good and so sweet. And what I found is that in the mornings, I get up at about 4:44 exactly. There's no about to it. I usually meditate for about an hour and a half. I start working at about 8, and I have a coffee, and then usually by about 10 o'clock or so, I'm feeling a little bit hungry. It just depends on the time. Some days it goes longer. Some days literally I start working and I'm like, I remember last week a couple of times, it was like 9:15 and I'm like, I'm hungry. So, but I have what I call hacks. This is a green juice. This one has orange, mango, pineapple, cucumber, spinach, romaine, and kale. I do have a couple that are just the greens. And so that eventually is what I'll switch to. I also have a collagen drink, and that I sometimes use because it's filling. So I'll get the collagen powder, a little cacao, and the almond milk, and I'll blend that. Because again, right now my focus is eating solid foods for only during that 1 hour window. What I'm drinking, these are healthy things. So this is the first 30 days. The second 30 days, we're going to clean it up a little bit more. I mean, this is clean, but we're going to clean it up, get to a point where maybe we're doing just water in the mornings, have coffee and then water until we eat, and then maybe a green juice at night. And then maybe that third 30 days, we'll do coffee and water. We're just going to see, how do we feel? Do we feel better? Do we have more energy? What's that doing to weight loss for those of us who are looking to release weight? What is that doing for healing for those of us who are, no, I've actually already healed everything. So I've got one more little thing, the BMI. So, but noticing the differences in how your body is responding to the 1 meal a day with juices and collagen drinks, how your body's responding to the 1 meal a day with doing a coffee and water in the morning, and then maybe some green juices in the evenings, and then how your body's responding to just coffee, then water, and your 1 meal a day. So we'll be able to see, it's kind of, you are looking at what works best for your body. But eating that 1 meal a day is just, it feels so good. It's that euphoric energy. I'm like, I just feel so good. Like, I just feel so good. So I'm enjoying my coffee. Again, it's my first, I have a frother, and this is my first espresso with the frother. So I'm enjoying that. I am so glad that you're here for day 1. And I'm going to go in there today. I did one asana earlier, but I'm going to go in my yoga studio and practice today. For me today, it's Saturday, so I'm just enjoying the day, and I will definitely still sticking to the 1 meal a day. Right now, this time of year, my mom's birthday is tomorrow. I'm in Vegas. She's in Vegas. So I have some delicious Whole Foods cakes being delivered. And so looking forward to having that and enjoying the cake, and that's part of the celebration. So I like it. That's something that I allow myself. I have 7 days of the year that I get to choose where I give myself exceptions. So exceptions to my normal eating. And so that's my birthday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Thanksgiving Eve, Thanksgiving Day. And then I've got a couple of other days. So eventually one will be my husband's birthday, and then switch it up, add our kids, and then all of that fun stuff. But for now, these are my days. So looking forward to cake. And that's something else from the program, is that it's not cheating. It's an exception. You decide what day you're starting, what day you're going to allow yourself these things, and what day you're stopping. And so I get 1 day. And so, and then that way you can enjoy it. There's no, oh, it's a cheat day, which I don't want to cheat myself. That doesn't even sound good to me. But doing an exception, planning ahead, knowing this is what I'm having this day. And the ice cream I ordered, it's vanilla. It's made with almond milk. So it's vanilla almond milk ice cream. I ordered a strawberry almond milk. Everything's organic in that capacity. However, I'm excited that you're here. Leave your questions in the comments, please. I would love to answer them for you. The inflammation is something else that the intermittent fasting reduces. It decreases levels of C-reactive protein and when you're intermittent fasting. So that's just another benefit of intermittent fasting. There are benefits to the brain, the heart, learning and memory, the stomach, the pancreas, muscles, the waistline. And I've noticed that. I haven't measured my waist yet, but that's something that I'm going to do today. It's day one because this is the official start. So let's take our measurements. So then take your measurements. I'll leave in the comments what we should be measuring. And then let's measure. A good measure would be every 30 days. If you want to measure every week, that's fine, but definitely every 30 days. Let's take our measurements and our weight. That would be nice too. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to subscribe, like and subscribe if you like the video. If you have any questions, please post them. Anything that you want me to talk about, please post the questions. Again, I'm not a doctor, but I do have a lot of information that I would love to share with you. And sometimes my answer might be, please refer to your healthcare physician. But I do have information on the benefits, the many benefits. And so glad you're joining this challenge with me. We've got 30 days. Start today.